So you are taking over a very clean desk.
Public servants' payroll will soon be integrated into the public accounting system that automates financial operations within the state departments, if miss. This will be one of the newly appointed Treasury CS John Mbadi's focus point in bringing reforms in the ministry. Speaking during the handover of the ministry from the outgoing CS Professor Njuguna, Mbadi has sounded a warning to those inhibiting proposed reforms in the sector in a time that the government is looking at raising revenue following the withdrawal of the Finance Bill 2023 and 2024, key on his focus areas being the tax relief program and reforms at the Kenya Revenue Authority.
We are going to operate without a finance act passed in that financial year. We should have had a Finance Act 2024, which we are all aware was defeated. Now that has come with challenges, but above all, even the Finance Act of 2023 is facing turbulence, and we don't know whether it will land or it will crash. That takes me to cost-cutting measures. Clearly, if we cannot integrate our payroll system from the State Departments to IFMIS, which is our parent accounting system, and all the way to KRA, then we don't know what we are doing. So anyone who is standing on the way of that reform, please give way.
With all eyes on him to spur economic growth through revenue and alleviating Kenya's high cost of living that has driven citizens to the streets for more than a month now, agitating for accountability and making public Kenya's debt record, the new CS is now eyeing at increasing revenue by 400 billion shillings to bridge the budget deficit.
Those reforms must continue because really if we were collecting 22% at one point, and for a long time 18% of our GDP, and now we have gone down to below 15%. If we could increase our revenue collection to GDP by just even about 3%, I am sure that would give us almost 400 billion shillings additional. And so that would sort out a lot of our problems, bridge the budget deficit, and then we get the country moving.
On his part, the outgoing CS Professor Njuguna has raised an alarm bell to the incoming CS of some of the hurdles he will have to sort, including high tax expenditure, which currently stands at 2.94% after the collapse of the two finance acts.
The target for this 2024 was actually 18.6%, with a finance bill that is not there. So it means that those revenues may not be realized. The second thing is that expenditures range around 22.1%. So you can see the gap, isn't it? From the word go, you're already set to have a fiscal gap, which is quite unsurmountable. The tax expenditures, that is what we wanted to deal with in the current fiscal year, stand at 2.94%. Just imagine if you were to reduce those tax expenditure by even 2%, it will add to a very big margin of saving revenues.
Mbadi assumes office at a time when the country is dealing with a very fragile environment, vowing to salvage the positives of the withdrawn finance bill. Mbadi also intends to bring changes in the KRA, including incorporating governance principles in KRA's management, expanding the tax base, and improving the business environment and fiscal management. Bentura Kwamboka, K24, Nairobi.